Let's start with an important term to my research, which is player agency. Player agency refers to the ability of players to make meaningful choices which influence the game's world, the character, and also the narrative. Unlike a book where you follow the author's lead or a movie where the director controls every shot, video games hand over some of that power to you, the player. From choosing how a character records in dialogue to make life and death decisions, player agency transfers the player from a passive observer into an active participant. Now let's dive into a question. Is the author truly died in interactive storytelling? As Roland Barthes famously suggested, the meaning of a text doesn't belong to its author, but to its readers. In video games, this idea takes on a whole new dimension. Are developers, the authors of games, still in control of their stories when players can also shape the story? The answer is no, but also yes. In interactive games, authorship is no longer a solo act, it's a collaboration. Developers create the framework as the world, the characters, also the rules, but players become co-authors through their choices and actions, shaping the narrative in ways the developer may not have anticipated. Players also adopt multiple roles. They are not just observers, but also director, actor, and maybe creator of emergent stories. The first case study is the game Life is Strange, a nice game that showcases player agency. In this story, you play as Max Caulfield, a high school student who discovers she can rewind time. This ability lets you revisit key decisions, exploring their consequences before committing to a choice. The story follows Max as she navigated complex friendship, uncovers dark secrets, and ultimately facing an impossible decision: save her best friend or her entire town. What makes Life is Strange a good game is its balance between freedom and control. You feel like you are shaping the story, but the developer ensures every choice stays true to the game's emotional core. The story goes into two possible endings, both deeply impactful. This design demonstrates how developers can guide players through a structured narrative while still giving them some meaningful agency. The second case is Baldur's Gate 3, which represents a different side of interactive storytelling. This game is based on D&D Dungeons and Dragons, a legendary tabletop role-playing game where players create characters and go on adventures shaped by their choices. Baldur's Gate 3 brings this experience to life as an RPG or role-playing game in a digital world. In Baldur's Gate 3, you can choose how to interact with characters, forge alliances, or betray your companions. This game reacts dynamically to your decisions, creating a web of cause and effect relationships. Your choices might unlock unique quests, alter entire storylines, and might change the game's ending. This freedom makes every playthrough feel personal and unique. Interactive narrative games like Life is Strange and Baldur's Gate prove that storytelling is no longer a one-sided affair. Developers and players now share the role of author, creating narratives that are both deeply personal and artistically cohesive. For developers, the challenge is finding the right balance between guiding the story and empowering the player. For players, it's about embracing their role not just as an audience but as co-creators. Together they redefine what it's meant to tell and live a story. This collaborative approach is not just the future of gaming, but also a glimpse into the broader potential of interactive media.